Hi. Yeah, I don't know why I imagined something else, and when I actually turn on the camera, I'm someone else. I don't know, I become so conscious. I hope over time I'll become like totally unconscious of the camera. I mean, that's not my intention. Like maybe it's better if I'm conscious, because if I'm conscious, mm, I'll talk more legibly, and maybe I'll try to like communicate better. I'll put effort into it. But then that kind of interferes with my natural flow of thoughts. So I don't know which is better, but it all depends on the intention. And since the intention of these videos are that I want to talk because I don't want to write, so I think they should just be very simple. Yeah, I should not I should not get conscious, and it is okay if I fail to convey an idea in these videos, because these are just to help me. Like, I know it is much better to write, because like when I would listen to this video again after a few days or months, or whenever I want to listen to my own videos, um I would it would take me more effort. I would myself get bored listening to my own video. So I don't expect to entertain any of you. So if you're expecting to be entertained, stop watching. Don't watch. This is not for entertainment. Um, this is just rambling. Um, yeah, so it's more easier. It's easier to read ramblings, because when I'm right, but then when I'm writing, I put so much effort, and that is the reason it's easier to read. I mean, maybe if I made that much effort and made a video where I spoke legibly about each topic in my mind, that would also be more entertaining to me and all of you. But it would take effort, and the purpose of making these videos is to make minimal effort, but record my thoughts, so that yeah, I want to have a diary. I want to make a video every day documenting what I think, because I think it's very important for me. Um, yeah. Okay. So I was going to say something. I was going to say something when I opened this. What did I do? Okay, I was just trying to see research. Oh, I will have to do some research. Um, I was going to talk about how my day went today. So today, there was no water. Today, tomorrow, and day after, there will not be water from 9 to 5. So, yeah, these are the days when I am actually kind of off, because my supervisor is not here. So I thought, oh wow, I'll be at home. But I think staying at home is not a good idea. But going to lab without a strategy is not a good idea either. You just waste time in the cold, and my brain does not really work so well in a temperature that cold, like 18 degrees. It's 18 degrees in the lab. I can't think clearly at that temperature. So I should not go to lab. Like I want to think at home, have a plan, and then go to lab and just execute it. Maybe over time I need to get used to staying in the lab. Maybe I'll find like a best way of doing that. But so far so good. Mm, yeah, and then next, I have to go to lab anyway, because I did some experiments yesterday. I need to keep the bacterial lawns back in the I need to get them out of the incubator and probably put a parafilm around them and put them back in the fridge. Also, I need to take pictures of the experiment I did in order to prove that the bubbles in the agar are due to rapid cooling. In fact, I'm interested to see what happens to the other plate, which did not have antibiotic. If that also forms bubbles due to rapid cooling at 37 degrees, it would mean that shaking, like violently shaking the agar at 50 degrees, does not affect, um, does not cause bubbles or does not cause any such changes in the agar. That would be really convenient. But we'll find out. We'll find out tonight. I have time. It's only 12:30 a.m. No, it's okay. I know it's very cold. I will dress appropriately and go to lab. But I just don't want to go to lab to do just this. I want to have a plan. I need to prove to David that I can that there's no contamination on the plates. And really, I need to do this, and I need to get the PDMS thing sorted out because I get a bit annoyed. I got a bit annoyed, like he thought that I can't do this, that he needs to be here and troubleshoot. And yeah, so yeah, I need to prove it that I can do this. Um yeah, uh yeah, there are things I get carried away, but I need to keep reminding myself that of the facts. I always try to remind myself of the facts because it's very easy to get carried away and get distracted. I know the facts. It's nice to fantasize, but it's stupid to expect fantasies to come true. I mean, it would be great if they did, but it's fine if they don't. I mean, I'm not expecting them, so forget about fine. I mean, even if they don't, it's still great because I know what is happening. I know the reality, and it's okay to have hopes, but should be reasonable. Like, I mean, it's okay. Like right now, I know my priorities. Yeah, and like solid facts just help me keep focus and not just fly. Um, you might not understand what I'm talking about, and I actually okay, I will talk about it. I'll talk about everything. Um, no, I won't talk about it. No, it's okay. I don't think I should talk about it. It's like these. I think there are some things which should not be talked about or should not be. Um, I mean, I know it in my mind, and that's sufficient. Like everything need not be made into expressions. Making into expressions makes you more committed towards those thoughts. And there are some thoughts I don't want to be committed to, so I don't want to put them into words, written or spoken. Either way. Anyway, so yeah, I had lunch today. There was this lunch they were giving us in the apartment in order to make up for all this trouble they're giving us with this. Oh my god, it's so cold and there's no heater. But anyway, then I just ran into this YouTube series of dating girls from different countries. I was just watching that. Then my friend Belinda texted me and asked me out for a movie. We went to watch Star Wars and it was so nice. I enjoyed the movie. So a lot of thoughts came to my mind while watching the movie. It was my first Star Wars movie, and It's called The Last Jedi, so I guess it's very late in the actual Star Wars series. Um, so this the whole, like, initially the whole feel of the movie was like the way they were feeling, the way they were talking, the way the orders were being given, the way people were feeling about interactions with each other, with different ranks, and also their interactions with the machines, um, and like the confidence or the raw energy to like go do something. It just reminded me of how people must have felt during the Second World War. Second World War, like, of course, the technology in Star Wars, technology that they show, is so much advanced, and the technology in World War II was like nothing. But during that time, the leap in technology was like so huge. So that kind of nothing technology must have seemed such a big deal to those people. Like it, it like their awe at looking and working closely with such kind of technology must have been so mesmerizing. And exactly, they must have felt exactly how we feel about the technology that we see in like sci-fi movies like Star Wars, where they show like so advanced technology, like spaceships and different planets, and that kind of feeling. I was thinking it's the same feeling those people actually got, although it was not the same thing, but it's the same feeling they got. Because yeah, like people in different countries were at that point of time like people from different planets almost for them, because there was no globalization. They had not really, I mean, there was, but not to that extent. They did not really know other cultures, other people. And the leap in technology was so sudden and so huge. It must have seemed like just out of a sci-fi movie for them. and like, um so the movie had these zoom shots, like the ones coming from like a distance, like from the air, like when you look at like a landscape from above, and it looks beautiful. And I was wondering, like, when movies have these shots of like castles, grass, mountains, sea from the top, like aerial view, bird's eye view, and they were playing actually a music that I felt was kind of nostalgic, and that is when it struck. Like, I mean, I just felt like there is a discord, and I felt that discord because. And then I tried to think why I felt that discord, the disconnect, and that was because I felt that it felt like those kind of views, those kind of aerial views, humans had not experienced until the invention of aeroplanes. That was 1900. And even then, like, it became popular like much later, like 1940s, maybe 1930s. So until then, humans had never seen how beautiful, like, even if they loved their country or loved their village or loved their castle, their nature, they had never seen that beauty from aerial point of view. They had always seen that beauty from like land, and that was their memory, and that was what they would feel nostalgic about. They would not feel nostalgic about an aerial view. So in my mind there was a discord. I so Yeah, but then I thought, okay, like somebody who like imagine the first human beings who saw their home country from up in the air, how they must have felt. Like, they must have felt like this is their home, which they knew inside out, and they thought they knew everything there is to know about their home. And it was so close to their heart, it was their own home. And now you see your home all of a sudden from a completely new dimension, and you still know it is your home, and you are mesmerized by its beauty. But it's a new point of view. It's like seeing, yeah, I mean, they're able to see something they loved from a different point of view and fall in love all over again. How they must have felt. Something they knew, like a mysterious edge to something they thought they knew, but they did not know everything. I wonder how they must have felt. Of course, they bombed other places, but they flew from the. I mean, they must have felt complicated feelings, given that I think other places would have looked similar to their homes. And while flying over their own home, they must have thought, it must have gone through their mind that if a bomber flew over my home, that is what they would have thought. But anyway, that's not something I thought during the movie. That's something I just thought. Like during the movie, I just felt the discord, and then I realized why I had felt that discord. Um, but apart from that, what did I feel? Oh, so there was this guy, Darth Vader. Um, he was why what he was cute, okay, and I really don't understand why I like why I find people like that cute. I don't want to find that person cute, but I find him cute. The way he looks, I don't consider that good looking. I don't, but I find it attractive. Um, it's strange why. I feel that my feeling of Darth Vader being attractive is related to, first of all, his childlike features. Like, I find those juvenile. I think I'm attracted to those kind of juvenile or innocent looking features. Yeah, I'm attracted to those kind of features. And I'm attracted to a look of like sensible sensitivity or vulnerability. So here, that overall feeling of vulnerability or like um yeah, I am attracted to that look, and that's kind of strange because I'm not attracted to that vulnerability, the good, like the good part of that vulnerability. Like, I'm attracted to the possibility that because that person is vulnerable, he can go either way, good or bad, and I'm just attracted to that. And I think that is quite fucked up, but that's how it is, and I need to think why I am attracted to that. But I am. So yeah, so the Darth Vader character, um that made me so a lot of complicated things. Okay, I don't remember now exactly at what point of time, but at some point of time I was feeling really bad for almost every character in the movie, and I felt like just giving them a tight hug and consoling them. I felt like giving them so much love. And and then like I felt like I want to just give a tight hug to everybody in the world and say them that it's going to be fine, everything is going to be okay. Like, I feel, why getting so agitated? Why are you getting so worked up? It's fine. This is not important. It's fine. But, I mean, I get such feelings when I really, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm so kind hearted in like day to day life. I am not because I am, in the sense, the things people worry about in my day to day life, like GPA, I think that is shit, like bullshit. And I'm not going to console anybody because they got like a B or a C, whatever. I don't think that even deserves consolation. But if I feel something like genuine, like real, I mean, I'm not saying that's not real, but it's just, I feel it's too trivial. I mean, it's not important to me, so I don't give it importance. So maybe I cannot relate. If that person is feeling bad for a GPA, maybe I can't relate, and I feel nothing for that person. But if that person is worrying about something that I think is of value, I feel like really bad, and I feel like helping as much as I can. I feel like consoling, feel like giving a tight hug. Yes. So I was feeling that strongly during the movie. I was just thinking of all the people in the world who feel like, who feel helpless, who have faced so much bad things that, yeah, that I need to just, hopefully, hopefully they did not. Like if you see Darth Vader, we still don't know whether there was a confusion in his mind or not. Maybe there was. Maybe there was a confusion in his mind, and he could go either way, like good or bad. But that guy, I think it's his father. I don't know, but he made a decision that he should kill him, and yeah, so some unfortunate things like that happen. Like human relationships are not perfect, and I wish I could just go and like console people in these situations, because if I feel like a lot of evil exists in this world because somebody did not console them at that point of time. The society failed them, and that's why they did not get love, and that's why they turn to hate, or that's why they turn to, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's irreversible, so you would have to go back to their past at that point of time when they were feeling so low and give them a tight hug. And maybe if you could go back in time, you could change all of that. Yeah, that's something I felt, and then I felt that why am I feeling this way? um, yeah, and then also Darth Vader, and That girl, the Jedi, the girl, she was so pretty. She was so. I really liked her when, especially when she was fighting. I want to become like her. I want to fight. I want to be able to fight. I always want, like, not always, but of late, I think I want to become like that. Maybe I will try. It's really sexy. uh, so yeah, but um, she she trusted that Darth Vader. Initially, I was thinking, oh, what a fool, what a fool. But then, when Darth Vader saves her and kills that other Lord instead, I feel I feel heartbroken because that was the kind of trust I put in people. I always believe, like, such ambivalent people who can go either way, like good or bad. I I in my life I find such people and I put great hope in them, and I put effort in making them choose the good. But I have always failed. They have always failed me. But I was so strong in my faith that I still kept trying. I always kept trying. Uh, I until I started running out of patience. I started running out of patience after I come to the US, because in the US I needed I needed love, I needed affection, I needed belonging, which was something that I always had and took for granted. And all of a sudden, I was in a foreign country, and all this was taken away from me. And all and it's like something you were standing on, and it's not even there. It's not even there. And you just don't know how to stand anymore. And if you can't support yourself, you cannot support other people. And yes, I could not support myself. So how will I help? How will I support someone else? I did not know how to give that um, support to myself because I never had to. Like, the environment was like that. That I don't know why I felt so strong. I guess it's the belonging. The belonging made me feel natural, made me feel myself, made me feel at ease that I could do anything. That belonging taken away from you suddenly makes you so weak, so needy, so vulnerable. Uh, and that's what happened to me. I could not be the same person anymore. And it happened so fast. There, but then still, initially, I was trying, and I still I still had so much love in me to give to people, to care about people. But I can't really give out my love because that's not how it works. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe when I don't know. But that's what I did initially. Mm, but yeah, I was just thinking that that is when like things. I mean, I'm not saying I did not help people, but I became more selective. But the disastrous incidents of last year totally not want to invest in anybody. I did invest in a few people, um, but less lower magnitude, and yeah, I don't think I can freely give away my love now. I have become much more. I won't say like. I guess I've just stopped. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to care about people. I don't want to care about anybody. Like I'm going to I want to make every move very carefully. And sometimes I think that why have I become like this? Why did I let him affect me to this extent that I became a changed person? That I gave up hope on humanity because yeah, I gave up hope on humanity. I did not believe, like, if I was that girl, I would not have believed that if I was that girl before the incidents of last year, I would have believed that I could change Darth Vader's heart. And I would have done exactly what that girl did. But after last year's incidents, I would have never trusted Darth Vader. Never. But she trusted Darth Vader, and Darth Vader lived up to her trust. And that made me feel so bad that I wouldn't have trusted him. So I wouldn't, if I was her, I wouldn't even have got the opportunity to. I would have lost the opportunity. I would have lost somebody good to the bad side. And I thought that is so bad. Like, I felt bad about myself for having changed, and I was wondering whether I need to make efforts to change back. Should I like stubbornly hold on to that worldview that people have a good heart that can be changed? Because I don't believe in that worldview anymore. But lo and behold, Darth Vader did not do it for the same reasons. I mean, he still did whatever he did for evil reasons. So, so yeah, so that girl was wrong anyway. But so first of all, it is a movie. Even if she was right, it wouldn't have proved anything. It wouldn't have changed me, but it would have just made me feel bad. But um because Darth Vader broke her trust, it did not make me feel bad. But that's something interesting to note. Yeah, apart from that, Darth Vader's character was like very mentally disturbed, and yeah, I no, there is something fucked up with me that I was attracted to a character like Darth Vader. I think it's in part it's also, of course, it's his vulnerability, but it's also like a, is it masochistic? Because I like to be dominated by, like, not dominated, but to be fooled by a person like that. To be fooled by Darth Vader. Don't know why I don't know why I don't know why I would find that sexy. um Yeah, I also found little finger sexy, so I thought something is really fucked up with me. I don't find him sexy. Like as soon as he sold Sansa to Bolton, I was appalled and disgusted. Like, so that's very strange. I need to think. Like, if if I would be, if I'm finding the evilness sexy, I find it sexy only to a certain degree. And if it goes beyond that, I am totally disgusted. But the problem or the fallacy is me thinking of such a limit. I mean, that limit up to which I find sexy and then like totally disgusting. That limit is illogical, or that boundary does not even exist. Because if a person can go to that extent, they would also go to that extent. So the entire thing is bad. So me finding a part of it sexy and then not sexy does not make sense because someone who has this part also has this part. So I should find the entire part disgusting. But um, so that's kind of fallacy, which I need to think about. Why is that there? I mean, no matter what I find sexy, I would like right now I don't care about relationships, but if I have a relationship, I would like a nice, stable, loving relationship. Um, I don't care about commitment. My mind is a bit fucked up actually after last year's incidents, and my entire worldview is kind of distorted. Like, I never thought, for a long time, I did not think of commitment. So, so, before I used to believe that love is everything and it will lead, one thing leads to other and it would lead to a happy future by itself. But then, after, then slowly I was like, okay, if things last, it will be great. If it doesn't, it's fine, but most likely it will last. But I was thinking about future always. Uh, but I was not trying to design my future. Like, given whatever I have, like given however my boyfriend is, I would imagine, oh, so this, if he is my boyfriend, this would be my future. So I would be accepting that future. But then I totally lost hope after that breakup, and then I just thought I just don't want to be in relationships. I just want to just have fun, hookups maybe. I was trying to do that, but I was unsuccessful because the only person I got sexually attracted to, did not want hookup. He wanted like a serious committed relationship, and I was stupid. I thought, okay, I realized that intention is a very important thing, and if you don't have the intention, you should not think you can do it. I mean, I changed my intention, but I think I cannot change myself. Or I feel like when people force me, I change, I try to change, but I don't change deep inside. I can't change. So people should just not force me. Um, but it's bad that I compromise with my desires, my ideas, my needs. And I did it that time when I decided to be in relationship I compromised. So in the first my first relationship, I had an intention. In my second relationship, uh, one thing led to the other, and I did not have an intention, but I was indifferent. So if he wanted a relationship, I thought, okay, why not? It would be fun. Um, but after that, in my third relationship, it was just guilt trip. I mean, he guilted me into it. So I went against my own intention. Fourth, also, he um, just said, I just want a relationship or nothing. And I was so much into him, I accepted it. But that's kind of a blackmail. And he shouldn't do that, because if he does that, I don't know, that's not how you change the intention of a person. You should gauge the intention of the person by any way, any methods, but not by forcing them to change, because it doesn't work that way. So yeah, so I became very compliant, and then I became lonely. Then things happened. I became like, after that, like, I never looked for a relationship. I was always looking, because I could not even be in a relationship, because I was already in a relationship. So the only thing I could think of was affairs. So they're kind of hookups. I mean, it's not hookups in the traditional sense of the word, because I discovered that I cannot hook up. I cannot get, but I could have affairs. Yeah, so that's what happened. Like, I could. I mean, and that's why I never got serious about anyone, because I did not have the intention. But I don't know, if I am single, how would I feel about being in a casual affair with anybody? I think that would be very convenient, but I mean, I would be so involved. I can't see how that would not lead to future commitment, unless we move. Um, yeah, I was just not serious because I was in a relationship already. That stage where I could have actually done a lot of unserious relationship. I think that's that serious relationship just interfered with that. I don't know, actually. I'm not discounting any possibilities right now. But whatever I get into is going to be much more difficult, because number one, I'm not naive anymore. Number two, I have become extremely conscious about my extreme compliance, and I would take care of that. So unlikely that I would go against my needs. I go against my needs in two cases. One case is yeah, the kind of relationship we have, and case number two is my opinions. Sometimes I just don't tell my opinions because I think it will hurt the other person. I used to not be this way. I'm that way over here in this country. So I want to just be in my own element. So that is my main goal for myself. No matter what I do, I should be myself, and I should be true to myself. And That's the most important thing for me. So it just, yeah, there's one more thing that, because that would make it hard. And third thing is, I don't like to feel taken for granted. Um, or yeah, so I will, or like I don't know, like see, a relationship need not go into the future. I don't care how long it lasts, but for however long it lasts, it should be genuine. It should be real. It should not be. I demand full investment. Like if I feel like I am not getting mm, enough respect or affection, then I see no point of being with anybody. So that is a factor to look out for over here, because in India usually people do that. Like even if they are like in a very short term relationship, they would still be very invested in that for that short amount of time. But over here, like people don't are not invested in relationships. So I cannot be that way. So there is a very big compatibility problem here. So yeah, I don't know what'll happen, but I don't care as of now. But I just want to figure out why the fuck I was attracted to Darth Vader. Not very attracted, but still I found him attractive. Of course, he looked cute, but there's something fucked up in my head. But I'll postpone the analysis of my sexuality sometime later. Maybe I need to write about I want to be like my own psychologist, and I want to write down stuff and analyze my past, because I have an awesome, amazing memory. So I can dig out. I mean, I remember everything that happened to me from the age of 4. So I think that is a huge amount of information. It is going to be very helpful. Oh, and I talked to Belinda for a long time today, and I'm not picking my nose. I didn't pick my nose. I just wiping whatever. Um. I talked to Belinda today, and yeah, I was talking to her, and she's really nice, and she told me about the tribes in the United States, uh, about the Native Americans and fighting the system and so many things. And yeah, she's very inspiring. I enjoy spending time with her. Yeah, that's about it for today. I hope I will be able to do some research and prove to David that those plates are not contaminated. Yeah. Uh, no, I won't tell what I'm thinking. I'll just say I like beard. Okay, bye.